Today, I'm bringing you a gripping suspense thriller with a twist ending, Before I Go to Sleep. The story revolves around Christine, who wakes up one morning to find a strange man lying beside her. Panicking, she locks herself in the bathroom, only to see wedding photos of herself with this man on the wall and a wedding ring on her finger. The man claims to be her husband, saying they've been married for 14 years. 10 years ago, an accident caused Christine to develop amnesia. She has no memories of her life beyond her 20s, and her short-term memory resets every 24 hours, meaning she forgets everything that happened the day before. Christine is skeptical of his claims. Her husband leaves for work. She receives a call from a psychiatrist who says he's familiar with her condition and has been helping her recover her memory. Following the doctor's instructions, she finds a digital camera hidden in her wardrobe. The camera contains video diaries she's been recording. It turns out the doctor discovered her in a park 6 months ago and diagnosed her with anterograde amnesia. Due to the unique nature of her case, he decided to treat her for free, but kept it a secret from her husband. The digital camera serves as Nicole's tool to document and preserve her memories. Each morning, after her husband leaves, the doctor calls to remind her to review the videos. The doctor also tells her that her memory loss was caused by a violent assault. This explanation conflicts with her husband's story, prompting Christine to warn herself in the video diary to be cautious of him. The next day, she wakes up with no memory again. Guided by the doctor, she watches the video and goes to meet him. He takes her to a warehouse, the site of the assault, and introduces her to a witness who recalls finding Nicole unconscious, covered in blood, naked, except for a plastic sheet. The doctor reveals that medical reports show Christine had been intimate with someone before the attack, though there were no signs of coercion. Given the warehouse's proximity to motels, later, the doctor shows Christine a photograph of a red-haired woman, which triggers an emotional response. This indicates that the woman may be a friend or someone she knows. When Christine confronts her husband about the red-haired woman, he admits she had a close friend with red hair, but says their relationship faded after her injury. Despite his sincerity, Christine suspects he's hiding something. That night, she pins the photo of the red-haired woman to the wall and records another warning in her video diary not to trust her husband. The next morning, she finds the photo missing. After searching the house, she concludes her husband must have removed it. Meanwhile, fragments of her memory begin to surface, and she recalls having a son. When her husband returns home, Christine demands to know what happened to their child. He reveals a devastating truth. Their son died of illness at the age of 8. However, since she had recorded this tragedy in her video diary, she relives the heartbreak of losing her son every time her memory resets. The story intricately weaves themes of memory, identity, and betrayal, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats until the shocking conclusion. This revelation plunged Christine's life into even deeper despair. One night, fragments of a dream hinted that someone named Mike had assaulted her. Upon waking, she shared this information with her doctor, only to realize with a shock that the doctor's name was also Mike. Terrified, she tried to escape, but the doctor caught up with her and administered a sedative. When she regained consciousness, the doctor explained that due to the gaps in her memory, her brain often fabricated details to fill them in. He assured her that identifying him as her assailant was one of those fabrications. Unable to continue treating her under these circumstances, the doctor decided to end their professional relationship. Before parting ways, the doctor revealed some new clues. Back home, Christine confronted her husband about their divorce. He didn't deny it. He explained that after the loss of their son, their mutual grief had driven them apart. He decided to return and take care of her, vowing never to leave her again. Moved by his explanation, Christine reconciled with him. Following the doctor's lead, she reached out to her red-haired friend and arranged to meet. During their conversation, her friend admitted that Nicole had indeed been unfaithful in the past. After Christine was assaulted and hospitalized, the friend had stepped in to help care for her young child. The friend also disclosed a secret. After Christine and her husband lost their child, the husband, under immense emotional strain, had a brief affair with her. Overwhelmed by guilt, the friend distanced herself from Christine's family. Despite this, she urged Christine to cherish her husband, emphasizing that he had always been protective of her. Before parting, the friend handed Christine a letter her husband had written before their divorce. The letter confirmed everything the friend had said. The husband had always loved her, but circumstances had forced their separation. Touched deeply, Christine resolved to rebuild her life with her husband. That evening, she confessed everything to her husband, the video diary, her secret sessions with the doctor. Unexpectedly, her heartfelt confession was met with a harsh slap from her husband. He stormed out, leaving Nicole devastated. In her confusion, Christine called her friend for help. The friend calmed her down and promised to speak to her husband. Moments later, the friend called back frantic. She revealed shocking news. Her husband claimed he hadn't seen her in 4 years. It became clear that the man living with Christine wasn't her husband. Stunned, she inspected the photo wall and discovered that all these so-called wedding photos were digitally manipulated. Who was this imposter? Before Christine could act, the fake husband returned. He sedated her, and when she woke up, her memory was wiped clean once again. All she felt was the lingering pain on her face, while her video diary urged her to love her husband. To prevent Christine from uncovering the truth, the imposter confiscated her phone and went to the hospital to warn the doctor to stay away from her. That evening, he returned home, acting warm and loving. He told Christine it was their wedding anniversary and took her to a romantic getaway at a hotel. Upon entering the room, Christine felt a strange familiarity, as though she had been there before. Suddenly, the surroundings triggered a flood of memories. The man posing as her husband was none other than her former lover. Years ago, Mike had seduced Christine into an affair, and his obsessive desire to possess her drove him to try to destroy her family. After she resisted him, Mike became enraged and brutally assaulted her. In the end, he abandoned the severely injured and disoriented Christine in a warehouse. Later, she was admitted to a psychiatric hospital. Mike, using forged documents and a false identity as her husband, took the amnesiac Christine into his home. Over the years, while pretending to care for and protect her, Mike was, in reality, deceiving and keeping her under house arrest. When Mike realized that her memories were gradually returning, he decided to confront her. Mike demanded that she completely forget her husband and son and live with him forever. It was then that Christine realized her son was still alive. Desperate to reunite with her son, she mustered all her strength to fight back against Mike. Eventually, she broke free from his control and managed to alert the police, who arrested Mike and brought him to justice. After escaping danger, she recorded a message in her video diary as a reminder to herself. The next day, when she awoke again, she found herself lying in a sunlit hospital bed. A doctor explained the truth about everything that had happened, and soon her red-haired friend arrived to take care of her. Most importantly, Christine's real husband also came to visit, bringing their son with him. In the hospital room, Christine and her son reunited. Despite losing most of her memories, she instantly recognized her son. She would never forget his handsome little face. The movie concludes on this heartwarming note. Don't forget to subscribe to Fortune Cinema, where we bring you a gripping mystery film every episode. See you next time.